Hey everyone! I was preparing for upcoming events and going through my blaster, I realized that I always bring my Game Face Trion but always end up using it for one round because of the misfiring issue, and that barrel is a bit tight. Let's fix that today. I'm the owner guy, welcome to that. This exact Game Face Trion. It's a very fun blaster. If there was not that random happening, misfiring issue, this would be practically a perfect blaster. But because of that tiny, annoying issue, I really underuse this blaster. I mean, it's in new shape. I always bring it, and because of this issue, I always end up putting it back in my pile, taking my spare blaster and doing my round with my spare blaster. This is kind of annoying. Plus, this kind of a tight barrel doesn't really give you optimal performance with every kind of dart. I kind of understand that choice of a tight barrel because of their chevron dart, which doesn't perform very well. But with that tight barrel, de-seal, so it gives you some kind of performance. But let's fix that today. So I'm gonna take a 31 centimeter worker barrel that I'm gonna put inside of this thing. Plus we're gonna try to do a safety delete, because the only way I found of firing this blaster when it was misfiring, when it was just not firing, was to engage the safety and then disengage the safety completely, and then it would fire. This is kind of weird. Let's cancel that safety, swap the barrel, so we're going to be able to put a scar on it, and this blaster should be very optimal and ready for my next event. Here's the game face. Here's the worker barrel that I am going to put in. I don't think the chamfered area is long enough to interfere with the system, but yeah, should go around like that, so about the same length as the little muzzle in front, maybe a tad longer. Doesn't really matter. It is going to look awesome, and it's still going to be red under the little part, the little M-lock part on the side. Now, let's open this thing up. This spring is very tight. Be sure nothing flaps out, but I kind of understand why this safety doesn't work. It's because if it's not completely perfectly aligned, it becomes in half safe mode, which prevents this thing from raising the catch. Yeah, that's what I was saying about this spring. You see, this is not idealistic. Let me just remove it for the purpose of the action we are taking here. Okay, this is the D prime, our skinny pusher, our very short dart gate, which I'm counting on to help me with putting a chamfered barrel inside. This look, yeah, rather solid, even if it's plastic. Remind me a bit, it does remind me a bit of the Nexus with some kind of a ratcheting thing here for the priming. I'm not gonna touch that too much. I am gonna concentrate on this barrel. Oh, little muzzle, which I will need to increase the size for my barrel to go through. And is this thing coming off? Not likely. Okay. Really just a friction fit. Now, this little muzzle piece, which almost grab around it, and I will need to enlarge the tip of it just a bit so the barrel goes through. So yeah, I'm gonna take my taper drill, enlarge this hole just a bit so the barrel is very tight through it. Then we're gonna continue this mod. Okay, this dart gate, this barrel, I'm gonna have some trouble just because it is quite loose. Nonetheless, I am gonna install this one in. I am gonna find a way to install it, maybe permanent there, or put some maybe tape around it so it's friction fit very well here. But I like the idea of gluing it in so it's permanent. For this tip, I already enlarged the tip of it with a tapered drill. This way it's kind of easy to go slowly and just make it big enough so your barrel will go through and not move, not fall down. This safety, will it work if I just I don't like to just remove something. Okay, I see the area here where it's supposed to be unsafe. I'm gonna try it like that for now, just by removing it, to see if it fires, if it's working, if everything is well with it. That is gonna be something. Now, Gorilla Glue and this barrel. Okay, this thing is glued and cured enough for me to try reassemble this thing. All put back together. This is the face of my new Trion. Like that, I hope it is continued to be reliable and keep firing. I am going to do a chrono test without spacers and with one spacer, so we're going to have a good idea of the performance. But now, does it catch? Yeah. Does it fire? Yeah, and it's sealing, obviously, so everything is good in that department. Slight leak at the dart gate, but I might just have to change the O-ring. I can easily put a scar barrel on it. And even if I put this little muzzle here, I can just twist it up with my barrel inside, and I could even just slap the scar barrel on tip of it. So yeah, this thing is going to be pretty cool. Let's try it right here, right now on the chronograph. I'm going to shoot a couple dart with no spacers and a couple dart with. Those are ghost dart with the unicorn magazine. 154, 155. 152, 152.8, 144. So the last one is our outlier. I don't remember what they call for the no spacer FPS on this blaster, but I got 151 FPS average, minimum 144, maximum 155. Now, with one spacer. 178, 179, 179 again, 176, 181, and 181 again. This is something. 179 average, 176 minimum, 181 maximum. This barrel is really more regular. Those are ghost dart, not the highest hitting FPS dart. Those are quite heavy. Now, with the two spacers in, I have 3 or 4 dart inside left. Oof, this is gonna hit hard. 202, 200 even, 196, and 199. So it's a 199.7 average out of 4 ghost dart, 196.7 minimum, 202 maximum. Yeah, fair, decent. That little mod was super useful. Removing this little safety solved pretty much, or seemed to solve pretty much 90% or 100% of my misfiring problem, and that 31 centimeter worker barrel, which is a pretty standard common format in the worker. This was the one that came with my Nexus kit, if I remember correctly. I remove with a hacksaw the chamfered part of the barrel, glue it inside of the dart gate, install it in, just remove the little safety piece that I showed you, and this thing is now a little bit more regular, like a lot more regular. The base FPS are up. With two spacer, I don't remember if it's really much more if it's really that much more powerful. I think 200 was pretty much what they were advertising on the box or something or so. But the number are really good, really regular now that it's done. It was not really long or really complicated to do. Really worth it. Now I feel like I'm gonna finally be able to play that thing for a whole event. That's it for this small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thatoldnerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.